yeah, like it's a new beginning now with Arctis, even though we played for a few years together and had like a more darker metal band before, and now it's something totally new for us actually, and like we have so many possibilities to which way we're gonna go with this, and yeah, well, we have a debut album and that's the start.
Hello, metal pilgrims, and a very special welcome to all the fans of a new blood in the world of mortal metal. Because today I have nobody else but Björn and Alva from the new band Arctis, who are joining me on the channel, for which I'm very, very happy. Guys, thank you so much for finding time and joining me. How are you?
Thank you for having us.
That's
Very good.
That's good. It's always great. It's always great to have someone new on the channel. I'm so happy that we finally got to talk. Because
New face.
But before we start anything, guys, obviously the biggest news about Arctis these days is the release of your debut studio album, which will be out on November 1st. So in a little under a month when we talk to you right now. So can you tell us a little bit about how this, first of all, introduce the band and how it all came together, and how this new adventure of yours has transformed into the debut album that we'll be able to hear in a couple of weeks?
Yeah. Well, the band came together in 2018. We formed it out of our old band. But when we went into the studio to make the third album with that band, the music was so different, and we felt like, hey, guys, let's make a new band, something that fits this music, because it was so good. That's the debut album, by the way. So that's why we reformed and restructured and called ourselves Arctis instead. And in the band
same members,
okay,
but like a fresh start.
Yeah. In the band we have Alva, of course, which is our vocalist. Me and Michael, who play guitar. Then we have Mats on bass and Mika on the drums, and Mika is the angry boy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we like met each other. Like Björn and Mika go way back. They are like an old married couple already, because they met like as teenagers. And Mika dragged down Björn into this world of metal, and he was like, "Okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life," kind of. So, and the other guys and me, we kind of just jumped on. We met each other in school later on, in music school, and like weirdos are attracted to each other. So we're here now together as this group, and yeah, like it's a new beginning now with Arctis, even though we played for a few years together and had like a more darker metal band before, and now it's something totally new for us actually, and like we have so many possibilities to which way we're gonna go with this, and yeah, well, we have a debut album and that's the start.
That's cool, guys. How did your fans of the previous band that you guys were in react to the change in name, to the change in direction, and overall to the change in the, in the entire form of the group they knew?
Well, as Alva said, it's basically the same members, so everyone was okay with it in that sense, because we had been playing a lot of years, making that kind of music, but this direction we went, or this rabbit hole, really gave us some new ways to discover how to make a fusion between different genres and metal, so that's, I think I can say for all our, for everyone, in the band, we're excited to do this because it feels a bit fresh.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, the PR, all the press releases and everything that has been sent out about Arctis have been saying that it's modern metal. The broad, which I personally like, it's one of those terms I never understand. What the flip does this mean, modern metal? I feel like everything that doesn't fall under a specific genre is being labeled modern metal today. Just like new metal back in the day. You had Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Slipknot, all labeled as new metal, which is weird. For me, at least, it was always. How would you guys describe your own music? I know that all the musicians hate labels, and obviously you're not gonna say, oh, we are like, I don't know, dance metal and that's it, or whatever, I don't know. But how would you personally describe it, and maybe any particular influences that have, affected the sound the most?
Well, we're definitely at the moment a mix of a lot of genres, to label something. But when you put modern metal, it's like, yeah, what you said already, it's like you have more possibilities. It's not like specific, it's not symphonic metal. It's just a new wave of metal, yes. And I think that's somewhere where you take inspiration from other genres and something new happens. And I would say, since we do a lot of demos nowadays already for the album too, I would say that. Oh, no, I'm not gonna say too much, but like we're definitely going more modern metal, so to say. Then with this first album, it was a lot of rock, also a bit rock vibe, but. Yeah, like we have so many possibilities, like we have so many different kind of songs going on. It's not one specific genre. So yeah, it's better to call it modern metal, and then you have all the freedom to do what you do.
Because no one knows where the flip it is, right?
Yeah, kind
of. Well, that's good. That's cool, guys. Well, Alva, I guess this is the question for you again, but when it comes to the lyrics and lyrical themes on the debut album, are there any particular ones that are running through the record, or or all of them are kind of standalone themes and that don't have any connection between them?
Well, at least a red line kinda is personal struggles and like the way to your own freedom and to overcome stuff to. Forge your own path and reach your goals. Yeah, it's a lot about like self-realization and freedom. Yeah, I would say that. Like it's a few lyrics are pretty like dark and it sounds like, oh shit, like what's going on? But in the end, it's always about overcoming shit. Yeah.
Which is always a good.
It just happened like this with the lyrics. They just happen.
Which is always a good thing, and it's something that at least I, being in Ukraine, I guess cannot hear enough of. And the more inspirations you get, the better it is. Obviously, of course, guys.
Yeah.
But the music you guys are portraying is once again is very new and fresh, and this is what I personally that caught my ear right away because. I mean, obviously, I receive quite a lot of different albums a week, and a lot of them sound exactly the same. I'm just like going there, and you're gonna go to the bridge now, and done. And then you're gonna, rhyme this word with this word. With you, it was very different, which is, I guess, is a good thing. But still, you can hear the bits of this classic sound. I would even go as far as to say not the 90s, 80s, but even slightly, some of the progression, the chord progressions and everything would go back to the 70s. I don't know if this is just me and if you guys agree with me on this one. And if not, or if yes, of course, could you tell us a couple of inspirations of your own that you kind of grew up on that you think might have affected the sound overall?
I have to do a comment on the sound actually, because I think it's very influenced by the producer. Like there's a bit of an old sound to this first album and like very melodic and stuff like that. And since we worked very close with the producer and he was part of the songwriting even, it influenced a lot like what his influences was also. But going on our own influences, then definitely Bring Me the Horizon has been a huge inspiration to us, more maybe after this first album also, because how they do their like they change so much they are bringing something new to the metal genre. Suddenly they are like kind of somewhere in between pop and alternative rock or something, and then they are going a bit again like bam, deep in the pit of metal again. It's like it's so fresh how they do it, and it's very inspirational because they were kind of one of the first bands in modern metal that really brought in new things to metal. And yeah, so they've been a huge inspiration to us.
I can see Björn wearing a Slipknot cap. I assume Slipknot has been somewhere there as well, huh?
Yeah, I grew up listening to Slipknot, in 2000s metal. So yeah, it's a big part of my background too.
That's interesting. I was just re-listening to. It's a slightly different genre and different opera, but I was re-listening to "Soundtrack to Your Escape" by In Flames, and In Flames has been a huge influence on me personally. Like it's one of my favorite bands. But through the years, in the past 20 years or so, I've been mostly coming back, and not 20, maybe 15 years or so. I was mostly coming back to the early In Flames. And kind of disregarded this whole come clarity, sense of purpose era. And I was listening to it today, and obviously the production sounds a little muddy or something like this. But I was like, oh my God, 2000s have produced some incredible music that is so overlooked. And I'm kind of very happy that it's gaining attention right now once again. So it's an interesting one, yeah.
Yeah, I like In Flames too.
But talking about bands and talking about, In Flames, Slipknot, or Bring Me Horizon, are there any bands or artists that you would absolutely die to do a collaboration with?
I would really love, to have like a song, with Arctis and Apocalyptica together, that would be awesome. I think that would be a nice collaboration, but for like vocal featuring stuff, I would love to have Alva and Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon and Amy Lee from Evanescence would be cool also to pair with Alva.
There's so many cool people. Wow. Well, and I have Deftones deep in my heart, so I would die if I ever like meet him and even get to sing with him or like do something with that band. It's well, it's a bit further away from Arctis, but still, like, it's a dream of mine.
Yeah, that's cool. But talking about Apocalyptica, you guys are going on a tour with them in around a month and a half or something like this. You're kicking off a tour in Rock Hall, and then you're going all around Europe actually, and end up in Belgrade. So you're going to be on the run for a month or so. So on this run, are you guys going to present only your debut album of this band, of this Arctis band, or are you going to play some of the older hits that you guys played with your previous band? With your previous title, I guess, technically.
It's going to be only Arctis because it is so different, it's so, yeah, nothing from the old stuff, but, only this.
And are there any particular tracks that you're absolutely dying to hear, to play live, and you think that they will kind of tear the crowd apart?
Well, I'll Give You Hell. It's going to be nice to see what people think about that one live. And Theater of Tragedy, WWM, and When the Lights Go Out. That's going to be a good one, I think, live.
A whole album, you're saying.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm dying to perform Frozen Swan because it's so emotional and majestic to me. That's going to be really cool. And I think Fire will be fun because it's like we're having a party on the stage. So, but I'm also like super curious to know which one the crowd will like the most. Which one is the one that they're gonna like? Yeah, well, this is nice. Because we don't even know if they're gonna like us. Like we're totally new, and they are there to see Apocalyptica. So we will see if they're just standing there with a beer and like, well, this is okay.
I don't want to put pressure on you guys, but I've been to my share of concerts of bigger bands, and I know it can be nightmare for an opening act to grab the attention of an audience which came specifically to see a major act like Apocalyptica is. But I think you guys have what it's got to do that.
Yeah.
So I hope that you guys will be able to do that. I'm more than eager to hear the stories of how it goes and see how you see those clips online and see how it turns out in the end. But you guys have quite a lot of sampling that you will be taking on the road with you. How is that going to work? Are you going to have another band member, the sixth band member, maybe your producer, who will be taking care of those, or are they going to be all pre-recorded? And how are you guys going to technically operate under this? Do you know?
Well, we play with a click track in that sense because we have like a silent counting for every song.
Mm-hmm.
And then the drummer actually launches these samples. So we have that playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there's so much material. So even if we would have a keyboard player, there will still need to be something on the behind, in the back, because this is such a massive production in that sense. You can have like 5-6 synths going at the same time, making this tapestry, of sound. So it's going to be done like that. But all guitars, all drums, all bass, all vocals are, on the spot, delivered by us.
Yeah, like, of course, it's going to simplify the music and like bring out the essence of it. And I look forward to that the songs are gonna kind of change a bit. Like there will still be like the soundscapes in the background, but everything else will just be like the most important of the song. And obviously, like the vocal part is huge on the album, so that's also, of course, simplified. I can only sing one thing, so.
So this was my second question, basically. Yeah, I mean, have you guys had a chance to practice it already, and how it's actually going to sound like, and how different it is? Because I'll be honest with you, I feel like this will bring out way more rocky and classic rocky sound in your music than it currently has on the studio version, which we're able to hear. And are you slightly afraid, and once again, not to put pressure on you guys, but I'm slightly afraid that what you guys are going to present on the road is not going to match what you're presenting in the studio?
I think you can have like an analogy. It's like going and watching a movie at the cinema versus watching it at home.
Mm-hmm.
It feels different, so
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be the experience, because if you see a movie at the cinema, you necessarily don't pick up all the details, but you get the big bashing sound and the first impressions, and being there on the spot. It's a different energy. So I think it's gonna feel a lot more heavier, I think, than
I think
the album.
That's what I think, that it will be heavier, like, to do it live, because like obviously the guitars are more there than they are on the album. And I think it's gonna be great. Like, it sounds good when we practice.
Perfect. That's great. Well, as I said, I'm really eager to see how it guys will turn out, and hopefully welcome you on the show once again after this and talk about the experience and how amazing it was. Guys, I can talk about rock and metal forever, but there's a time limit to these things. Yeah. So if you don't mind, and I know that you have another interview most likely right after this one. So in order to close this, can you tell us, and I know that you haven't released this one yet, but I know that you already have plans, but what is next for Arctis? How are you guys gonna, make it grow? What is next after the tour with Apocalyptica? Are you already looking forward to the future? And if so, what it will look like?
Yeah, we have a lot of gigs coming up for next year. Can't really tell you anything about that specifically, but yeah, we got things on the move there, and we're working on our second album, so we're busy like hell. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of stuff next year.
Yeah, we're like already working in the future and thinking about the whole list for album 2. So yeah, definitely stuff are happening, and we're gonna have a lot of speed because we waited many years to be out there. So we need to do like this. But yeah, we have a lot going on.
That's
Tours, maybe festivals, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. Well, this was Arctis and their new studio album, Arctis, the debut studio record, will be out on November 1st via Napalm Records, so make sure to check it out, guys. I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm sure that you will absolutely love it. Guys, thank you so much for finding time and joining me. Keep rocking.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
brother.